Dear friends, our reflection for today is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 12. The text reads, "But when he heard it, he said, 'Those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick.'" The immediate context of this phrase begins in Matthew chapter 9, where Jesus calls Matthew away from the tax booth and says to him, "Follow me." He says, Matthew left everything and followed Jesus, perhaps to a dinner where tax collectors, sinners, and disciples were among the guests. Some Pharisees, witnessing the gathering, asked the disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus himself answers them, "It is not the healthy who need the doctor, but the sick." Interestingly, Jesus employs a medical term to metaphorically explain his mission and the nature of his ministry to both his disciples and the Pharisees. The presence of the Pharisees, on the one hand, suggests the presence of those who perceived themselves as whole in relation to their spiritual and social cultural context, but who lacked emotional and physical health, and perhaps were hurting somewhere in their hearts. Without prejudice, one could also say that they lack empathy, for to some extent, they were bullying Matthew, the rest of the disciples, and Jesus. The tax collector, on the other hand, lacks physical, spiritual, emotional, and psychological health. For before Jesus met him, he was known as a dishonest tax collector, driven by greed to enrich himself at the expense of his countrymen. Jesus' statement here that he has come for the sick is profound. The sick here symbolizes every one of us. It stretches from those who need spiritual help to those who are undergoing psychological and emotional brokenness, those who have so much burden in their hearts and have no one to share their sorrows, the outcast, and those whose social status isolates them from the rest of their people, those whose physical deformity or bodily physique brings judgment on them, those whose family and social background have destroyed their lives, the vulnerable, those who have been abused, exploited, violated, leaving them physically and emotionally destroyed, those who have been punished for offenses they know nothing about, those who live with feelings of guilt, shame, regret, fear, and unworthiness because of their past sins and mistakes, and those who take delight in destroying the lives of others through gossiping, gaslighting, and maiming. The mission of Jesus is to bring health and wholeness. This health and wholeness is understood not only in individual terms, but also in collective and communal terms. Jesus brings healing to us in order for us to bring healing to others. Let the healing go round. Be the sight to the blind. Be the hope to the hopeless. Bring joy and happiness to the downtrodden. Relieve those who are abused. Bring compassion to those who are bullied. And be a spiritual guide for those on the path of spiritual darkness. May the good Lord grant us all our prayers, that our small effort may make the world a better place. Shalom.